Everyone stand for the pledge of allegiance. My phone's will ring and that's okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call members, please.
Chairperson Gary Rock.
Here.
Shelley Schmelzley.
Here.
Lauren Smothers.
Here.
John Carroll.
Here.
Mark Buckeye.
Here.
Barbara Boswell Peterson.
Here.
Samir Zugame. Eric Bennett.
Approval of the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda.
Second. Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the minutes from April 22nd, 2024. Is that one? Oh.
They were this time.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Have a
I'll
motion
second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We go to Public Works report. No Public Works personnel present.
Yeah, but the dumps in Fair Market Park and at Dave Finkley Park have been removed, cut down. In fact, in Fair Market Park, somebody had put one of those
Oh,
yeah, in one of the stumps. So we hit it. And so we've set it in the office. We'll bury it again eventually where the stump was. But all of those have been cut out and eliminated. And we've also, obviously mowing, weed trimming, that kind of stuff. Still need to get in some of the bushes and cut out some of the vines and junk that are in those. And we started the EV project down at the Main Street Park. So it's getting cut out and dug down so we can bring it back up for some concrete and put in a good solid rock base. We got one handicap slot and then a regular parking spot and then a space in between. Marzico's doing the electric on it. So
great.
we were coordinating with them on getting conduit and all of the concrete flat work and all that done. We're putting in a block wall, so the larger keystones make it look nice. That's the only other report.
Will that be the only place for electric?
Yes, that's all we allocated out of our ARPA funds.
Yeah, and I just didn't know, meant like in general, in the whole town or from any other committees or anything, or,
If somebody else wants to do it privately, yes, but publicly, that's the only two that we, the only spot that we are putting them in.
When do you think those be finished?
I would say middle of June. Yeah. And then we have to set them up. So first we have to install, get the electric going, then we have to set it up with ChargePoint, who's our contractor on that. Or, sorry, not the contractor, but the charging station through ChargePoint. So we'll have to coordinate with them on how those get set up and get running.
Do those go on some kind of mapping system or something that shows where charging stations are?
Usually with ChargePoint, if somebody has that, it would show up there. Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
I think some GPS has it also.
Yeah, because you pull up Festus or you pull up Perryville or other cities, those places usually pop up.
Are those the nearest at this point?
Yeah. I'd love to see some go out along the highway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know like Lowe's or You know, big places like that would do them.
Some have, some haven't. I mean, it just
I know the
depends.
love, or the, oh gosh, what's that one there in 44?
Bucky's or
No.
Wallace.
Wallace. They have a bunch of them set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're smart.
Yeah.
They got a lot to offer while you're charging,
Right, right. Yeah.
Loves you kind of, well, we're done.
Sure.
St. Genevieve, you come in, you have to just walk around town for a while.
That's
But it's right to be-
why I was curious, just the one. Well, would Shared Effect Committee be interested in putting any down there on the?
Don't do that there anymore.
Okay. You know what the status is on cleaning the bottom of Valley Spring up in that bridge?
No, I didn't get out there and look at that yet. So I need to go and take a look. I want to get a piece of equipment. We've been using we've got, I don't know if we have a mower on the other trackhoe, but our small trackhoe burnt up when we were trying to lay some rock out of the limb part or the brush site. Some hydraulic fluid, line busted, got on the, I guess the exhaust and it went to flames. So we'll just have to figure out what kind of mower we need to get down there. So we got a borrowed trackhoe at the, not trackhoe, but borrowed skid steer at this point. So I don't have a lot of implements for it.
Would that be a good project for John Kuntz? Has he gotten a hold of you or have you gotten a hold of him? Yep. Because he's with a group from the lime kiln that wants to take on a project of some type and gauge,
Wonder if they'd be interested in working on them bridges.
that's what, I mean, they're looking to do something hands-on, even donate some money to, or for either landscaping or something.
Send me his number. I think
Okay.
he may happen to have.
Because he just came in again last week
Okay.
and I don't know if you guys have been missing each other or what. I said you would be a better person to talk to start this, but that, I mean, I just think that part needs to be addressed pretty soon. And that just sounds like a perfect thing. It's a group of people that want to donate their time, like the chamber did, to clean up Valley Springs up there, the top part. But I think they would, he just needs to know how many people would be needed, what the project is. But yes, I will give you his information.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Because we have that, we also have the fencing we want to put in out of River Gauge Park. So that's another possibility.
And what that's, they're both of those parts have been brought up to him, so. I would think River Gauge, I told him, I said, I think we were just mainly waiting for more of a plan, because we can't say, okay, come here Saturday, and we know we need to know what we want to do. But it's very obvious, Valley Springs is pretty obvious, it needs just cleaning up, a lot of man hands in there or whatever, I would think. Okay, thank you.
I will get hold of him. Guess we go to old business, master plan, fundraising,
Nothing.
trail committee.
Klusner was not in SAM.gov, which is a requirement if you're going to get federal funds. The grant funds that we have are partially federal, they're coming from the federal government through Department of Conservation, Department of Natural Resources. So they had to get signed up on SAM.gov, and that has taken forever to get that done. Late Friday, it finally went through.
Oh, okay.
So we're supposed to, now we can get an agreement to send to the board to approve. So we're about a month and a half behind when they had anticipated starting, which was the middle of April. So look at that to start end of June, maybe 1st of July, if they can get us back in the schedule for the trail.
At least it's movement.
Yes, I agree.
The forward movement. Playground committee,
Nothing.
bathroom committee.
So the bathrooms are under construction. Once they're done, they will contact us and then we'll coordinate to get them in, or get the bathroom in. So we're still looking at the site, trying to come up with the best way to get equipment in there.
I spoke with a experienced crane operator that's gonna go up there with me and look at that.
Perfect.
I gave him the numbers, you know, that you sent me, and he said that's nothing to lift, so.
Good. I think it'll be a quick operation. We just have to get everybody in the right spot.
Right.
And then, because there's.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Good.
When would that happen?
So I'm trying to find contractors at this point to do the foundation part, plumbing and electrical. I don't anticipate anything happening until August. Probably not gonna be done until end of August, September. I'll have to wait until the trail goes in, so I want to make sure that's all done. I don't want to have the two construction projects together. And then it also depends on when they call and say, hey, we've got it built. We're gonna set it aside. Tell us when you want it delivered.
I think it'd be better to have the bathroom in before the trail went in, so they can get the concrete truck in there.
It would be. But according to, it depends on, we're really not pouring concrete for the foundation. They have, the CTX, who has LB Foster's, the maker of the bathrooms, they're recommending just a rock footing, rock foundation, and rock subgrade. They don't think we should pour concrete because their feeling is that if you do that, then you have two types of concrete and then you're not looking to attach the one to the other. So they don't recommend putting in a foundation wall because that's what we anticipate on putting in. So what we're supposed to put in is screenings and inch minus, fill it up, get it down to frost up, fill it up, and that's what the building will sit on. And then we'll come in with the,
Don't ordinance require, building codes require a foundation?
not that size.
I don't like it not having a foundation.
I mean, this is from the engineer, their engineer,
Okay.
signed and sealed, it's stamped and sealed, because we were thinking the same thing.
Probably cheaper.
That not.
Yeah, because you're still gonna have to, you're still gonna have the 30-inch depth and work your way back up, so you're still gonna have to. But
So you're not even gonna put concrete to stack rocks on?
No.
Huh?
No.
Hmm.
So
Don't like that at all.
you're just talking the foundation, you're not talking the floor is gonna be chat.
The building has a floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah, so we have to line all the plumbing, and then the building comes in and just sets down on that site. And I think it's because of many of these sites that they use them on are in areas away from,
Easily
they're in
accessible.
conservation areas, they're in the forest, or they're in, these recreational areas. Just follow the plans.
Listening to the man.
Hopefully, or it has to do with warranty too.
Yeah.
The way they're doing,
And that's part of it too, if you follow that.
Right.
Then we don't violate any.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Provisions of,
What kind of warranty comes with this?
I don't know offhand. Usually within a construction project, it's a year. We wouldn't see problems probably for years down the road, but
Right. Okay.
It'll be exciting when that happens.
Anything else on bathrooms? New business.
I think this is old business, but I was just gonna ask, has there been any further developments on the commemorative bench project that?
so we bought the one demo. I think we talked about this last month. Bought the demo that we had looked at. We got the one that was closest to that at the fixed price. I talked to the Hucks on what they want to do. So they're talking to their family members if they want to.
Did we get the bench in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, we had discussed that. I was just wondering if there'd been any further developments from the family or.
Yeah, I talked to them on the phone. No rush. I mean, we're not trying to get
No.
this being installed immediately. So they're supposed to have a couple, get-togethers. We got, holidays.
No problem.
So they're going to talk about it and see what kind of fundraising they can come up with. We maybe setting it out there and they'll be paying just part of it. And somebody will have to pick up the balance, or the park board will have to pick up the balance. But they're good with that. And I sent them a picture, let them know how much the cost was, they were good with all that.
Is it possible to get like a sample of the plate? You know, that we would be, you know what I'm saying? That way you can say, all right, you know, I mean, probably the company that makes it would probably send something free, I would think.
We probably would buy our own, just getting it made up and because instead of using what they've got, we would just get our own and then put it into concrete.
I mean, either way, I mean, you know, because that way they have something to say, okay, this is what it's gonna look like.
Has the family seen the design of the bench
Yes. Yeah.
and they're comfortable and
Yeah.
good?
Awesome.
Yeah.
And who was this for? I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the name.
What?
This is from a few months back.
Yeah.
A family that met us when we were out at, you and family?
I'm sorry, I was talking.
When we was out at the plaza, we had a meeting and the family
No,
was there about
What
a
did the
bench.
books?
It's Shirley
It was
Close.
Shirley
Close. It's in memory of him. They're trying to,
It was his family about a memorial bench in the park. And we wanted to set a standard.
Right, I gotta gather that.
Yeah,
And then you were talking about a plate, is that on the concrete that the bench is on or
Yeah.
on the bench itself?
No,
on the concrete.
Dedication plaque.
right.
Are we gonna set like a limit to how many benches we can put in the park? Maybe if this becomes,
I don't think we'll,
I don't think we'll be overrun with people.
right, I don't think we're gonna be able
wanting
to overrun with benches.
I say there's a shortage at the present time,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be a while before we have too many.
good.
Something to keep an eye on,
Yeah.
but I think we're a ways away from that.
I think one thing we do need to do though is kind of get an idea of how we want to put them. I mean, do you want to do one, which is hypothetical, but like one on this side, then 300 feet up, one on the opposite side, then 100 feet up from that on the opposite side? I don't know. You know, I don't know.
I
Well,
mean,
hopefully
it's-
they'll start replacing the 1960s benches that we've repurposed several times up there. At least we have benches around the pond and stuff, but.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Nice.
Mhm.
Anything else on the bench? Anything else on old business? New business? I was contacted by Steve Hogue, that was one of the original organizers of disc golf. And he has raised some money and would like to plant a couple trees in the park in memory of J. Roth.
Good idea.
He had a couple places in mind. One, he gave me between whole number and whole number, because he's kind of organized it with the golf, which would wind up being on the hill behind the pond. Between the pond and the woods, back in that area, which is a pretty big open area there. And the other one was east of the park house. You know, toward the river and down, you know, from where the old pool was in that area. Which is another pretty good open area.
Do we have any plans for putting anything back in there, or trail going down through there or anywhere?
You would have the trail extending through that area whenever we finally
Right.
extend it there. You also have the, and I'm not sure where the idea of the pavilion and the kitchen and that would be.
That was pretty much all up on the flat.
Yeah, that would be
It's like a
higher.
flat area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's,
still, I mean, there is a sewer line that runs down through that area, off that hill, but I'm sure that It's probably up farther than you'd plant a tree. So, but he was talking, Jay loved pecan trees because, you know, he always cracked pecans and then a plant a pecan tree and some type of maple. And I figured you could tell us what type of maple.
You talked about a little bit ago.
Could I suggest maybe native, something native?
He said,
Both
he
of
told
those
me,
are.
Maples are, yeah.
Just
he
keep
said
it in that
something
family?
native.
Okay.
Well, if I understand the geography of what you're describing, sugar maple would be a good choice. They have good fall color. They can take moist as well as dry sides. They like our soil. We've got a lot of them, but it wouldn't hurt to have a few more. We've got a lot of pecan trees too, but they're always welcome.
And you know, up in the park, that big park, there aren't that many pecans.
That's right.
There's a few by the pond. I
Yeah.
think one died and had to
Yeah.
be taken out.
And then one by
But
the
there's-
ball field down there,
Yeah,
because that's not the only place I see
Then
people.
that's not even in the park anymore.
Oh, that one by the ball
I
field?
think that's on the ball. What's right there.
It's ironic that the pecan tree, because
I would stay away from a red maple
Okay,
because they don't tend to be as well adapted to our soil
Okay.
here. And they're pretty, but sugar maple
Sugar
would be a
maple.
happier camper.
is he gonna purchase these trees himself? 'Cause didn't they do
Yes.
that before they special? I know they need shade at that hole by the park house. There's no shade there, so that'd be nice when that tree gets bigger.
sugar maple grow pretty quick,
Medium,
like between a hard and a soft maple.
correct.
When you said
Sugar
medium, I
maple,
just took a
a lot
guess.
of people call a sugar maple a hard maple because the wood is harder
Harder
than
than-
like a silver maple or a red maple,
Right.
which is soft wood and grow faster, but the limbs break easier too.
Yeah. That's true. Well, when is that gonna happen, or does he need, did he need our approval, or?
Permission.
Yeah, he needs permission. And whoever he talked to as far as nursery wise said, you know, either they need to be planted yet in June or wait till fall.
You better hurry. We're having an early summer, seems like.
Right.
So,
But they're still on the lots, you know,
Yeah.
at Rob Roy and places like that.
so you ought to be able to get a pretty good tree, two of them for $500.
Oh, goodness, yes.
well, hell, he can go and pick
You know,
and
but-
dig up a pecan tree anywhere.
I'm gonna say-
Yeah, I got a couple in my yard he can come dig.
I didn't know they even sold them.
I didn't either. I mean, you can take the pecan tree that Jay wanted to cut down and put between our yard. It's kind of funny. Why doesn't he get a couple of maples and pair them together instead of just ones? That would be an
Throw it at
idea.
him.
Would that be okay with everybody to?
Whatever, however he wants to do it, I think it's a great idea.
I'll let him know. That's great. That's just great. Permission granted?
We might want to make a motion.
Let's make a motion to grant permission for several trees to be planted in the park.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Man. He's scribbling over there.
It's a vote.
Any other?
Maybe you need a blotter, you know,
Yeah.
so you can silently scratch.
We usually, the city usually took care of the park guys, took care of the water. And stuff. Any other business?
Well, some more business. Let's just go back to that business.
Okay.
I know I said, is there a limit to the benches, but here I go again. Didn't we mention at one time something about people wanting to always plant stuff that we had to watch that? You know, like a memorial of their loved ones and stuff like that. We said we gotta just keep an eye on that so it doesn't get out of hand. Okay. Are we still thinking that way? Not that I'm saying this was, because this was special, he was
Yeah,
in
but
charge
I
of the
think-
big
John,
part of this,
there's
stuff, and I just don't want
A
to.
lot of areas in the park that can use.
I think we're dealing with a deficit of trees in the park, in my opinion. There's not enough shade. And so I think that's a theoretically very important issue, but it's one that is gonna be in years to come.
Okay. Because I know we touched on that in a previous
And,
meeting.
and along the street, I think a lot of those, we started some before planting a tree between them. Because the maples that are there, some of them are looking pretty rough, you know,
It's just,
they're not gonna be there forever.
their winter silhouettes so sad. They look so.
We don't have to keep having harsh summers like we had that one year, that kills a lot of people. Anything else? If you want to say something. I have a motion,
Make the motion to adjourn.
I have a motion, second,
I second.
all in favor,
Aye.
opposed,
What you working on?
meeting adjourned.